Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. In today's video, I'm going to be going through how much money I make in dividends in a single month in my $290,000 dividend stock portfolio. So I've done lots of stock overviews and portfolio overviews in this account, just showing the stocks that I do own, what stocks I'm accumulating. As I scroll through, you can see lots of REITs, lots of utility stocks, lots of consumer staples. Almost all of these stocks pay some kind of dividend, with the exception of just a couple of them. But one of the frequent questions I get is how much dividends I get on an annual basis or on a monthly basis in this portfolio. So that's kind of what we're going to do today. I'm going to be looking at my last month. It's pretty much June 2024 because it's currently July 2nd or July 3rd here. And we're just going to look at all the stocks here that paid me dividends out of the 27 stocks that I do own, and then how much they paid me. At the end of the video, I made a chart in Excel where I kind of tallied it all up. So let me know if you like this kind of video. I can do it more often on a quarterly basis for the full quarter, for a full year, or just keep doing it on a monthly basis as well if you guys really like that. So let me know in the comments how you like this style of video. Bit different than what we usually do. Okay, so we're going to start off here going through my dividends that I've received over the last month. You can see here, really big one I got just yesterday from Coca-Cola, 120 US dollars. Wyndham, I got $12.50 from. Continuing to go down here, A&W combined about $65 there. That's a monthly dividend. Another monthly dividend here is Diversified. Royalty Fund got about $45 there. CN Rail, this one's quarterly, over $80 Canadian. Then I have some small ones here like Keg Royalty, combined just about $10. Meta, my first dividend ever from Meta in this account. Not a lot of money, but I'm hoping that this quarterly dividend goes up and up at a really high pace over the next handful of years, as they just introduced that dividend this quarter. And then I got some quarterly ETF dividends as well. VPL is my Pacific region geographical ETF. So this holds lots of Japanese stocks, some Australian stocks, some Singapore stocks. And then VWO is my emerging market ETF. So this holds lots of Chinese, Taiwan, Brazil, India, stocks like that, and exposure to those markets in there. So nice that I don't only kind of get to hold on to those equities just as a hedge, but I'm also getting some dividends on a quarterly basis, about $100 US a year if I was just to extrapolate that by 4. McDonald's, another one that it's not a huge position in this account, but did get my quarterly dividend of about 12 US dollars. Google, same as Meta there, just first dividend I've ever got from that company as they just introduced it. Allied Properties here, about $35 in dividends. Realty Income, one that I've been growing, but more in my RSP, in my non-registered here, getting just over $50 a month in those dividends in US dollars. Some other REIT income here that I'll just go through quickly as well. S&P Global, this is one that I love the company. It's just at a pretty high valuation, so it's one that I haven't really been buying too heavily lately. Would love for it to go on a dip. I think they have super high moats. They have pretty good dividend growth. They actually disappointed me this year with just like a 1 or 2% raise, but they've been increasing that dividend at a pretty high clip over the last 5-10 years. So hopefully next year they get me back up to where I'm expecting this dividend to grow at, in that high single digit, low double digit range. Some cover call ETFs here like ticker Life, ticker Huddle. Life is for healthcare, and then Huddle is global infrastructure. Collectively, those two ETFs paid me about $80 in the month. And then I have my cash ETFs. So I have cash here, which is just high interest savings, $75. And then separately, I have PSA, which is the exact same thing. I just like to split it up because it's a lot of money in one ETF. So I'm getting about $100 a month, give or take, in just high interest payments from my cash position that I have in those ETFs. ZDI is an international blue chip dividend stock paying ETF, primarily European companies, some Japanese in there as well. Looks like I'm getting about $38 a month, or probably close to $450 a year there. And in RioCan, I just have a baby position still, at least in this account, just about $3 on the month there. So that's kind of the summary Oh, looks like I got some more here, just very beginning of the month. Fortis being the biggest one, 120 bucks there. That's a quarterly one. Same with Canadian Utilities at 60, and then Visa is also quarterly at $20 US. Very similar sentiment on Visas I have on S&P Global. A bit of a different bull case. It's more consumer centric. It's more cash to card conversion, and just the fact that even as inflation picks up, or not picking up anymore, but just will go into the future, they have like a global toll box on the economy, which I think will compound at a really nice rate, both their buybacks and then in turn their dividend growth as well over time. So really looking forward to that going up and up and up in the next 5 to 10 years. So I know that was really messy, lots of line items there. So I just took it over here to Excel to take a closer look. I think the first thing that I noticed when I counted all the companies that paid me, I got 27 dividend payments this month out of 34 positions that I have in my account with Wealthsimple there. So that's about, to do some quick math, about 80% of the companies paid me in the last month or so. As I was going through that, I feel like I probably got a couple more quarterly dividends than I typically get in a single month. So maybe it was also one of my heavier months of dividends. So keep that into account. The other thing is on the US dividends, I moved them over into Canadian dollars as well, just to have this as apples to apples. And then I filtered from the highest dividend I got, being Coca-Cola at 166 Canadian dollars, down to the smallest one I got, which was Ryokan there at $2.78. And as you can see, kind of ruined the surprise, my total dividend payments when I add it all up for the month of June pretty much is just about $1,100 there, $1,089.68. Like I said, I feel like that may be slightly higher than my monthly average. I guess if I keep tracking this every month, I'll have a pretty good sense. But if I did 1,089 times 12, it's about $13,000 a year, give or take, assuming I can extrapolate that out. And then in my account, that's about $291,000. It would be about a 4% dividend yield, or quick math would be slightly over 4, yeah, closer to 4.5% dividend yield. So, you know, I feel like that's probably a bit high. My dividend yield in that account's probably closer to 4. Overall, if I was to average it out over 3 months, you can kind of see how lots of these companies play much different roles in this account. You have the stable cash cows like Coca-Cola, CN Rail, and Fortis as well, for that sake. These top 3-4 companies with realty income, they're just really stable positions, paying out a lot of money on a monthly basis in terms of realty income, quarterly on the rest. And usually once or twice a year, I do get a small raise on them too. So these are kind of like core positions, core cash flow contributors. I'm taking that money and diversifying my portfolio in other ways. A good example of how that's come to life this year is I've taken lots of that dividend income I've been getting from my big positions, and I added both VWO, which is the emerging market ETF, as well as VPL, which is the Pacific region ETF. So still pretty small, but you can see on a quarterly basis here getting about $50, and I pretty much bought those exclusively from cash flow from the other dividends that I've gotten this year and the tail end of last year. So it really just goes to show how you can really start compounding your cash flows. Not only will hopefully your dividend portfolio go up year over year organically as more companies increase their dividends than ones that, knock on wood, may cut them. But then you can take those dividends, assuming you don't need them for your lifestyle or to supplement income, and you can continue to double down and reinvest those dividends, or invest in other areas and make your portfolio a bit more diverse with the pros and cons that come with that. So hope you guys like me taking you through just this summary of my dividend income for the month of June. Once again, first time I'm doing a video like this, so if you do like this kind of content, let me know by giving me a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments if you'd want me to do this from time to time, like on a quarterly basis, if you want me to pull the dividends I got over the last year, or any other advice of just how to, bring you guys this in a more effective way. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.